Up next, viewers, getting you another breaking update where we are first getting the response of NATO on the attack of the nuclear power plant in Zaporizhia. Now, Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has said that the attack demonstrates the recklessness of this war and the importance of ending it as well. And this comes just minutes after the IAEA Director General Rafael Marino Grossi had also stated while addressing the media that the physical integrity of the plant had also been compromised due to the Russian escalation on the ground and Russia specifically targeting the nuclear power facilities. And they have also stated that since Russia is accelerating on the ground and their demeanor of not stopping is very obvious with these kind of attacks, it is in fact crucial that they take some kind of action. Ankit continues to join us on the broadcast. Ankit, now we see the first response of NATO on the attack for the nuclear power plant in Zaporizhia. And in fact, we had seen how several world leaders had come out and condemned this as well.
Priyanka, absolutely, NATO has responded, and it has responded by calling this war an irresponsible war that needs to be brought to an end, because this is a conflict now that is threatening to bring the entire European continent into it, because the nuclear explosion will not limit itself to any one city or country. It knows no borders. And what we had earlier today at the nuclear power plant was an alarm that cannot be accepted by any country at any point in time. There was one nuclear reactor that was hit in Russian shelling. There were 5 other nuclear reactors there. The International Atomic Energy Agency has said that the radiation levels have been brought under control. They did not spike alarmingly. However, the explosion was very, very close to where the first atomic reactor was, and it is still operating. There is still energy being created there at reactor number 4. 650 megawatts are being generated there. Here are the visuals we got. This was the attack by the Russian shelling and the artillery at 1:20 a.m. local time. You can see here the explosion happens and there is a fire that is created. Right to the left of this is the nuclear reactor, that is atomic plant number 2, the first unit, and that is where the fire was. And then they had to convince the Russians to allow firefighters to come in. And so that's where we are at the moment.
Well, yes, Ankit, thank you for getting us those details. We will be keeping a track of how now NATO has given their first response on the nuclear power plant being targeted by Russian troops on the ground.
After taking complete control of Kherson, Russian troops are targeting other top cities of Ukraine. On Thursday, the Russian army devastated a depot in Ukrainian capital of Kyiv. The depot was one of several buildings that were burning and destroyed after the Russian attack. This video from the site showed the depot engulfed in smoke and flames as firefighters attempted to put out the blaze. The Ukrainian Emergency Ministry said in a statement that the fire broke out in a compound comprising 10,000 square meters. Moscow's ground advance on Ukraine's capital in north has apparently been stalled. But satellite images have suggested that a huge armored column of Russian troops have encircled the capital. Agency report for Republic TV.
And let's bring you all the updates from Ukraine. French troops along with the military hardware arrived in Romania after France announced the deployment of 500 reinforcements last Friday. NATO has deployed troops in Romania in response to the Ukrainian crisis. This is the first time that NATO has activated the NATO response force as a collective defensive measure.